Surbi Chinta here with SS Multimedia, and today we're going to be solving a simpler problem and drawing a picture. Our objective is to use simpler problems to solve more difficult problems and also make a table to do that. So we have an example here. My friend is decorating a photo frame for me. Each side of it has 8 gems. How many gems did she use in total? Well, first off, we're going to figure out what we know. So what do we know? We know that each side of our photo frame has 8 gems. But how many sides of the photo frame are there? Well, normally, photo frames look somewhat like that, and they have 4 sides. So we can assume that each side is going to have 8 gems, and there's a total of 4 sides. So there's going to be 8 gems and 4 sides. So that's what we know so far. What are we trying to find? Well, we're trying to find the total number of gems she used. But how do we do that? I don't know my multiplication facts yet, so we're going to try figuring this out in a simpler way. So we're going to be solving a simpler problem instead, like I just said. If we use 1 gem on each side of the photo frame, how many gems are used? So if we used 1 gem, like this is our photo frame, if I used 1 gem right here, right here, right here, and right here, how many gems have I used? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that if we used 1 gem on each side, that's going to be 4 gems. If I put 2 gems on each side, how many gems is that now? Well, we can figure that out. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that if I put 2 gems on each side, that's going to be 8 gems. So if I put 3 gems on each side, let's figure that out. Like that and that. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we know that if I put 3 gems on each side, there's going to be a total of 12 gems. So what happens if I put 4 gems on each side? Like that. Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we know that if I put 4 gems on each side, there's going to be a total of 16 gems. So if we know that, I'm going to make another photo frame right here because I don't have much space left on that one. And we're going to place 4 gems on each side again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we already know that this photo frame with 4 gems on each side has 16 gems, we can count these and we can figure out how many gems there are in total. So since we are starting at 16 right here, we're going to go 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So we know that if we put in 8 gems on each side of the photo frame, we're going to have a total of 32 gems. How does that work if we only had 4 gems on each side in 2 photo frames? Well, you look at it, 4 right here times 2, or 4 plus 4, is half of 8. So if we took out this 4, we just have 4. But if we add that 4, 4 plus 4 is 8. So that shows us that 4 is half of 8. So that's why, since there's only 4 on each side here, we can put in another 4 because 4 plus 4 is 8. So you would get a grand total of 32 if we put in all our gems on each side. So my friend is going to use 32 gems. Now we're going to be trying some of these on our own. Feel free to pause the video and try this out. It's not as difficult as it looks. So let's get to it. So my sister is drawing flowers on a tree. Each branch is meant to have 4 flowers. There's a total of 8 branches attached to the tree. How many flowers will my sister have to draw? First, let's figure out what we know. So we know that there's going to be 8 branches on the tree. We also know that each branch is supposed to have 4 flowers. So what are we trying to figure out? We're trying to figure out the total number of flowers. So how do we do this? We're going to be solving a simpler problem instead. So I'm going to be drawing somewhat of a tree. Let's try this, like this. And this is going to have 1 branch, 2 branch, 3 branch, 4 branch, 5 branch, 6 branch, 7 branch, and then 8 branch. So this tree has 8 branches now. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 flower on each branch first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now that we know that if we add 1 flower on each branch, we know that there's going to be a total of 8 branches because we just counted 8 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But what happens if we add another flower to each branch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can count the previous flowers, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there would be 16 flowers if we added 2 flowers to each branch. Now if we add a third flower to each branch, let's figure out what would happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we can count the previous ones. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And the first row, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So if there were 3 flowers on each branch, there would be a total of 24 flowers. But what would happen if there's 4? Well, we're going to figure out how to do it. Well, we're going to figure out how many flowers there's going to be. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then from the third row, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And from the second row, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And from the first row, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So we know that if there's going to be 4 flowers on the tree, there's 32 flowers being drawn. So my sister will have to draw 32 flowers. You don't have to draw the diagram or count them all out like I did. I just wanted to completely show it. If you know that 2 is half of 4, then you can just do 16 plus 16 to show that that's 32. And if you know that 1 is 1/4 of 4, you can just do 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, and that will also give you 32. So let's move on to our final problem. Since we're going to be counting stars in this one, I'm going to make this yellow. I'm counting stars. Each star has 4 tips, and I've counted 5 stars. How many tips have I counted? Well, let's first figure out what we know. We know that I'm counting stars, and each star has 4 tips. We also know that I've counted 5 tips. So what are we trying to find? The total number of tips. So let's solve a simpler problem instead. If there's only 1 tip on each star, how many tips have I counted then? So let's solve a simpler problem instead. If there's only 1 tip on each star, how many tips have I counted then? So we're going to draw stars together. We're going to bring them together by drawing tips. So since this is a tip, like that, I'm going to draw 5 tips like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that if there's only 1 tip, there's going to be 5 tips in total. If there's 2 tips, then there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from the last one, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know that if there's 2 tips, there's going to be so if there's only 2 tips per star, there's going to be a total of 10 tips in total. So let's add our third tip. So that's our third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Apologies for my terrible tip drawing. but that's 5 tips. And then from the second one, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And from the first one, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we know that if there's 3 tips, there's going to be 3 tips per a star, there's going to be 15 tips in total. So now we're going to be doing our last one, which is 4 tips. So if there's going to be 4 tips per star, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from the third one, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And from the second one, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And from the first one, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we know that if there's 4 tips per star, there's supposed to be 20 tips that I've counted. Again, you could have just done 10 plus 10 if you knew that 2 was half of 4 and gotten 20. If you knew that 1 was 1/4 of 4, you could have done 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, and you also would have gotten 20. Again, sorry for my stars, they were supposed to come out looking like that, but that's okay. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video and you learned how to problem solve by solving a simpler problem instead. If you like this video, make sure to turn on the notification bell to get alerts from when we post new videos. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe how many you got right.